Okay? So one reactant will then limit the amount of product that will form. And in the fundamental steps in solving the limiting reactant, now we have some rules. Number one, calculate the amount of product that will form if the first reactant were completely consumed. Number two, repeat the calculation for the second reactant in the same way. O, dalawa na kayo nasa langit. Mata pa kayo. Okay? Number three, you're going to choose the smaller amount of product and relate it to the reactant that is produced. So this is the limiting reactant. Basically, the calculations for limiting reactant and excess reactant is by trial and error. Okay? And from that, you can compute for the theoretical yield. You're going to determine how much of the reactant in excess is used and subtract that from the starting amount. Okay? For the percent yield, that is equal to the actual yield divided by the theoretical yield times 100. And for fractional excess reactant, i-discuss ko pa ba ito? Sige, wag na to. Hindi na naman to kailangan. Okay, wag na yan. Percent yield na lang yung kailangan natin. Wag na itong dalawa. Para hindi kayo masyado mahirap. Okay ha? Take note, pagka may lumabas na ganun sa exam, yung fractional excess tsaka percent excess. Usually, sabihin nyo bonus na lang kasi hindi ko tinuro. Okay? So let's try itong reaction na to. No? So sabi sa reaction, 2 moles of antimony and 3 moles of iodine was reacted to produce your antimony triiodide. Okay? So in that case, 1.20 grams of your antimony and 2.40 grams of iodine was mixed. We're going to determine the limiting reactant. Ito, wag na. Percent yield na lang ang ating i-determine. Huwag na tong letter B kasi hindi ko naman niya tinuro. Determine na lang natin yung limiting reactant for this one. Okay, again, trial and error to ha. So in this case, we have 1.20 grams ng antimony. Paki-calculate nga ano yung molecular or atomic mass ni antimony sa periodic table. SB, Starbucks. Pati si Roswell. Naging, ano yan? Nasa gitna.
Sir, yung sa akin po, 121.8. So, pwedeng 122.
Okay, so 122 na lang. 122 grams, 1 mole. And then, we're going to relate that into the product. Okay, so sino yung product natin? Si antimony triiodide. Okay? So in this case, meron ka daw 2 moles ni antimony per 2 moles ni antimony triiodide. So ilan to? So 1.20 divided by 122. So meron kang 0.0098. So 001 na lang. Round up na natin. 0.1. Mole ni antimony triiodide. Okay, let's try naman doon sa iodine. Again, iodine is your diatomic molecule. Ha? Kaya usually, I2 yung ginagamit natin. Okay, 2.40 grams ni I2. So, ilan yung ating I2? 127 times 2. Tama ba? 127 si iodine. Tama?
Tama po.
Tama po.
So, 254. Kasi times 2. I2. So, meron kang 127 times 2. So, 254 grams. 254 grams ni I2. Then, ratio nila. So, sabi sa ratio, meron kang 3 moles ni I2 per 2 moles ni antimony triiodide. So, cancel. So, sa taas pala daw nag-cancel. Cancel. So, for this one, meron kang 2.40 divided by 254 times 2 divided by 3. So, meron kang 0.0063 mole ni SBI3. Okay, so in this case, pag sinabing limiting reactant, guys, in a simpler sense, pagka dinedetermine natin siya, yung mas maliit, yun yung limiting reactant natin. So in this case, ang mas maliit natin is si I2 kasi ang na-produce niya na antimony triiodide is 0.0063. For antimony kasi, ang na-produce niyang antimony triiodide ay 0.01. Okay? So therefore, to answer this, the limiting reactant, no, usually LR na lang siya, is your I2, and then your excess reactant, usually in the form of PR, is your antimony. So mapapansin nyo, hindi porket mas konti yung nilagay mong antimony kesa doon sa nilagay mong iodine, si antimony na yung limiting reactant mo. So that's a wrong notion. Okay? Again, the definition of the limiting question kay Janet.
Sir, ba't po iba yung lumalabas sa calcio ko sa unang part? Ano po ba yun? Tama po ba nilagay ko 120 open parenthesis?
1.20.
1.20, tapos 1/122, tapos yung 2/2 po. Bakit iba po nalabas sa calcio?
Ano lumalabas sa calcio?
9.83 times 10.
Ay, then, ni-round off ko lang yan. Tama yan, 9.83 times 10 to the negative 3. Pero kasi 83 siya, so ni-round off ko lang siya. So 0.01. Tama lang yan, tama lang yan.
Paano po naging 0.0?
Okay, so lalabas sa calcio nyo, ganito. 0.0098. Yan yung 9.83. Tama. Times 10 to 1, 2, 3. Negative 3. So sa akin kasi, Janet, ang ginawa ko, tinanggal ko si 8, ni-round off ko si 9. So 1 na lang nandito. Okay? Nagets ba yung rounding off? Hindi niya nagets yung round off? Question, Mafi?
Sir, paano po pag yun yung lumabas po sa amin or ira-round off pa po namin yung parang sa inyo po? Or pwede na po
mag-as is? Okay lang din. O, sige, yung as is natin, 0.98. Mas malaki pa din si antimony kaysa kay
Bali sir, yung nasa calcio po kasi 9.8, bali 9.84 pag ni-round off.
Times 10 to the negative 3.
Yes, pwede na po yung as is, no?
Hindi. Pag naka-scientific notation ka, so pag dinesimal form mo yung scientific notation, ito dapat yung lalabas.
Oh my gosh, okay po.
Okay? Conversion lang yan from scientific notation to decimal form. Sino yung may question? Ano yan? Francine? At parang ang layo ng mga sagot mo. Hindi mo nilagyan ng dot yan, Francine. May 1.20 tsaka 2.40 yan, ha? Mali yan. Okay. Sige. Okay, na-gets niyo yung rounding off?
Gets na po, pero okay lang po kahit yun.
Okay lang kahit ito. Anyway, mas maliit pa rin naman si iodine. So therefore, yung iodine natin yung limiting reactant, si antimony yung excess reactant. Okay? So sabi sa problem, ito binigyan na tayo ng reaction, bite naman ng problem. Will 28.7 grams of silicon dioxide react completely with 22.6 gram of your dihydrogen difluoride? So if not, identify the limiting reagent. Okay? So nakabalance ba yung reaction? Nakabalance naman na. So again, trial and error na 27.8 grams ng silicon dioxide. Convert muna natin sa moles. Pa-compute nga ako. Ilan yung silicon? 28. So meron kang 32, 28. Sino nakabukas ng mic? Yan, 60 grams per mole. For H2F2, the fluorine ay 19 times 2, the hydrogen ay 1 times 2. So meron kang 38 plus 2, so 40. Okay, yan. So convert natin into moles. Okay, so 60 grams ng silicon dioxide, 1 mole ng silicon dioxide. And then, pili kayo ng product. Doesn't matter kung SiF4 or H2O. Kayong bahala. Wala kang problema kung ano. Pero make sure na pag pinili mo si SiF4, siya rin yung gagamitin mo for computation doon sa H2F2. Hindi pwede na sa silicon dioxide ang ginamit mo si SiF4, tapos sa H2F2 ang gagamitin mo si water. Sa mali yun. Kung ginamit mo si SiF4 kay silicon dioxide, siya rin yung gagamitin mo for H2F2. Kung si water yung gagamitin mo for silicon dioxide, edi si water din yung gagamitin mo for H2F2. So it's really up to you. Since ang tinatanong lang na sa atin is identify the limiting reactant. Okay? So in this case, pili natin si SiF4 at si silicon dioxide. So 1 mole ni silicon dioxide is equal to 1 mole ni SiF4. Tama? So cancel, 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 cancel. So ilan to? 28 divided by 60 times 1. So 0.467. Tama?
Sir, 28 lang po nilagay nyo or kasama pa po yung 7?
28.7. Or 7 ito nga. No? Ay, dinilit ko. Lahat. Anyway, basta si silicon dioxide ay 60 grams per mole. Tapos si H2F2 ay 40 grams per mole. Na-delete ko. Sorry. So, meron kang 28.7 grams ni silicon dioxide. Tapos 60 grams silicon dioxide, 1 mole. Silicon dioxide, cancel, cancel. Ratio ng dalawa. Ano ba yun? Ba't nawawala? 28.7 grams. May virus yata yung computer ko. So, ilan to? 0.478 mole ni SiF4. Okay, so si H2F2, again, 40 grams per mole yung kanyang molecular weight. So, let's calculate no. 22.6 grams ni H2F2. 1 mole ni H2F2 over 40 grams ni H2F2. Tapos 1 mole ni H2F2 over 1 mole ni SiF4 pala. SiF4, then 1 mole ni H2F2. So, meron kang 22.6 divided by 40. So, 0.565 moles ni SiF4. So, in this case, so hindi ko na, balik tayo sa umpisa. Si Samuel. In this case, Samuel, sino yung ating limiting reactant? Sino yung ating excess reactant? Nag-CR yata si Samuel. Si Althea muna. Sino? Sino mas maliit? Kung sino yung mas maliit, siya yung limiting. Kung sino yung mas malaki, siya yung excess.
Ano po? 0.478 po.
Okay. So therefore, yung ating limiting reactant ay si SiO2. And then yung ating excess reactant is si H2F2. Okay, may mga tanong dyan usually. How much H2F2, lagay ko dito. How much H2F2 is in excess? Pag tinanong yan, tapos lalagyan niya ng unit in grams. Pag tinanong yan, i-minus nyo lang, no? So, 0.565 minus 0.478. So, ilan yan? Minus 0.478. 0.565 minus 0.478. So, 0.087 moles. Kung tinanong kung ilan yung moles in excess, yan ay sagot. Pero kung grams in excess, you have to convert this into grams. May question? May nagtas ng kamay? Si Renz. Question, Renz.
Sir, kung 1 mole H2F2 lang ba daw po talaga yon? Kung hindi daw po 2.
Sige. Sorry. Thank you for the correction. So, liliit siya. So, siya na yung magiging limiting natin. 0.565. Thank you for the correction. 0.283. Okay. So, yan. Meron na tayong 283. So, baliktad. So, ang limiting natin si H2F2. Tapos, ang ating excess is silicon dioxide. Okay? So, 0.478 minus 0.283. 0.478 minus 0.283. So, meron kang 0.195. Okay? Moles ng silicon dioxide in excess. Pero kung grams yung hinihingi, edi convert natin sa grams, 0.195 mole. So, meron kang 60 grams per 1 mole. So, cancel. So, 11.7 grams of SiO2 in excess. Okay? Pag tinanong lang naman. Pag hindi naman tinanong, no need to do this. Okay?